Hi guys, this is Nikki, lead vet tech with PoshDogKneeBraces, and today I just want to talk about managing joint pain in dogs and what are some options, what do we do, and going from there. So, first off, why is your dog limping? Have they been to a vet? Have you had it diagnosed? So some things that they're going to look for are soft tissue injuries. So sometimes they can have something going on in a muscle, like a groin sprain, or something in the joint that's bruised, joint problems such as like osteoarthritis, or do they have like a genetic issue, like a predisposition for arthritis? Bone injuries, did they injure something? Is something fractured? Neurological, is it something in their spine? Is something pushing on that spinal cord causing them to limp? I've even seen little dogs with neck pain so severe that they limp on a front leg. Their front leg was actually perfectly fine. It's coming from their neck. That's neurological pain. Paw problems, do they have a broken toe? Do they have a cheat grass? Do they have something going on? Sometimes an infection even between the toes or in a toenail. So sometimes the limp can be from, something down in their toes. Another thing is like Lyme's disease, tick-borne illnesses, autoimmune. I've actually seen Lyme's disease patients that were diagnosed as a CCL when it was actually Lyme's disease. So, just because the stifle is swollen and they're painful does not 100% mean it's a CCL tear. So that's why it's really good to have these guys, fully diagnosed to make sure. Recognizing signs of joint pain: reluctance to stand, reluctance to move, stiff, licking or biting at a certain joint. If they're licking so much that it's causing like discoloration, like you start seeing the staining around, that means they're painful. Time to do something. Is the joint swollen? Change in behavior. Are they more irritable? Do they have less appetite? Are they less, social with your family? Did they have a personality change? Vocalization. Are they crying? Are they whimpering? Do they yelp when you touch them? Type thing. Some dogs are just sensitive, and like my little guy, he'll yelp if you touch his back leg anywhere, but that's normal for him. He's not crazy, he's just crazy. But my other dog, she will not cry at all, but if she was hurting, and she yelped, that would be definitely abnormal behavior for her. So I would need to check that out. Things that you can do if your dog is limping: rest. Sometimes it's good to just give them a day off. No walks, take them outside on a leash. Let's see if give them a little bit of time, things get better. But if things are not starting to get better, definitely have your dog checked out, because there's so many reasons why they can be limping. And if it's something like a cheat grass, you don't want to wait too long, especially if it's an infection, even a nail bed infection. Always good to have a checkout with your vet, just to make sure things are good. Sometimes they'll recommend taking x-rays if it's something that they're concerned about, like not just like a CCL, but maybe they're worried that there's something else going on. Blood test to confirm. You need to take a blood test, or even a urine test if we're worried about like an autoimmune or tick disease or Lyme's disease. Sometimes we need to do a joint fluid analysis. If there's a weird swelling in that joint, sometimes we need to kind of tap it and see what's going on, what's causing the inflammation. A lot of times we'll see this like post-op if they have like a major infection after surgery. Sometimes these guys need to have an MRI or a CAT scan to find out exactly what's going on. Things that will, depend on their diagnosis. Treatment plan can be just as simple as an NSAID, like a pain management, joint supplements, collagen, physical therapy, weight management, hopefully not surgery, but surgery, alternative therapies like PT, acupuncture, laser, and then of course bracing. So if it's like a ligament tear or a ligament issue or arthritis or something like that, they might need a custom brace to help with pain and stability. That's where Posh would come in. So things to do at home for your puppy if they're limping: provide a comfortable bed on the floor. Do not make them jump up on your bed. I know if that's like something that is their habit, bring your bed down, take the cushion off, and start, put your mattress down on the ground if they lay with you most times. I know it's inconvenient, but it's better for them for healing. Modify your home. Sometimes if our dogs get older and they start having more neurological, issues, stairs are just not an option for them anymore. We need ramps. We need to kind of help them with support under their tummy. Gentle exercises and adequate nutrition are also really important. And we also want to prevent joints from getting worse. So things you can do, there's those little nail, you can glue them on their nail, that like toe grips. Those are great if you have a dog that's injured. So if you have slick floors, if you're in a state where it's warmer than where I'm at, then, definitely you want something like that where they can't slip and fall and re-injure, or at least walk outside. So just take some precautions and do some extra things. My name is Nikki again. This is PoshDogKneeBrace.com, and my email is poshintake1@gmail.com. I'm happy to do a free consult if you have any questions. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.